This is One on One. We are pleased to be joined by Randy Wallock, who is the co-advisor of the TEDxYOUTH Club at Lawton C. Johnson Summit Middle School in Summit, New Jersey. We're about to show a clip from the Classroom Close-Up series about these TEDxYOUTH Club operation. Describe, what is it?
Well, for the past 4 years, we've had sanctioned TED Talks in our school where we
By the way, for those who don't know what TED Talks are all about,
TED Talk
I don't want to assume.
Okay, absolutely. It's on a national stage. They get some of the greatest minds, innovators, inventors. They bring them together, give them a 20-minute platform, and then they do these subgroups. Those would be the TEDxYOUth, or the TEDx groups, and then within that, there's TEDx.
How could kids do this?
Watch the clip.
No
they
way.
Do an amazing
Are
job.
you saying kids are involved in this very prestigious TED Talks operation?
In our school, they run every single aspect
Does the
of
Classroom Close-Up video prove it?
It certainly does.
Well, let's find out.
All
Let's
right.
take a look at Classroom Close-Up and all about TED Talks with kids.
Perfection. Perfection is one of the most complex terms in existence. It is only an idea, and a false one at that, because it
This
can never
is
be.
Lily. She's a 7th grader, and she's not reading cue cards or a teleprompter. The story she is telling is more like a talk. In fact, it's a TEDxYOUTH talk.
So can you talk about your conclusion a little bit so everyone can get...
Randy Wallock and Janice Kavanaugh are co-advisors for the TEDxYOUTH After School Club here at Lawton C. Johnson Summit Middle School.
TEDx is entirely student-driven. We have auditions. We take 10 students who present actual TED Talks. And then we have about 8 other students that produce every other angle of the production.
TEDxYOUTH is part of the nonprofit organization TED, which is devoted to spreading ideas through short, powerful talks. TED began in 1984 as a conference where technology, entertainment, and design converged, and today covers almost all topics and global issues.
This year's theme is I Have a Question.
What is perfection?
Who are we?
Do I see what you see?
Whether a universal language is good or not.
They come to us with these different ideas, and it's not working with a 12 or 13-year-old. They are equal, and as the year progresses and they become experts in whatever they're learning, they know more than we do.
It's actually taught me a lot about myself. I've learned how to kind of motivate myself and just decide to work and not to procrastinate, because you are given that decision all the time.
Tonight, I would like to share my knowledge with all of you of how to become self-motivated.
There's an air of confidence. The ones that know they did it, it is a badge to them.
Everything that you will see, hear, and eat tonight is at the hand of the producers.
The start of an official universal language will slowly make the beautiful variety of our world vanish.
We have 12 and 13-year-old kids. They sound like NPR reporters.
I no longer care if one line isn't perfectly straight or if I get a 6 out of 10 on my English reading quiz, because I am never going to achieve perfection.
Once we see them up there, and especially they're comfortable and they're relaxed, it's incredible.
We're taught an abundance of subjects in school, but none of them are focusing on how to thrive when interacting with different people.
I love it. It's the smartest 2 hours of my week.
In everyday issues, people feel so strong about their cause in a controversial topic that they fail to recognize how other people feel.
It's what, in some utopian society that may never exist, education should be.
Work hard, dream big, be open-minded, be happy, and most importantly, be kind. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Well, I'll tell you, that's amazing. And as someone who's taught and coaches and writes about communication and presentation, I'm blown away by what I just saw. So for these young people involved in this extraordinary journey, this process, this challenge, what do they take away from it?
I think they gain quite a bit of confidence. I think they learn how to work through not being perfect. A lot of times these are the kids that get 97s and 98s and always do incredibly well on tests and everything's very easy. And I think for a lot of them, it's the first time they hit that wall. It's the first time they can't do something repeatedly. I think it gives them a sense of humility. And when they finish it, a tremendous sense of accomplishment.
You know, it is so interesting because so many adults in professional life, any walk of life, It is the ability or the inability to get up,
Yes.
present, connect, engage, persuade. Where they fail, they falter, they stammer, they just can't connect. What you're doing for these young people is giving them a skill set and the confidence for a lifetime.
Yes. And it's pretty amazing what they walk away with. It's incredible how well they adapt to the program and the standards, and every year increase our expectations. So it's an incredible
Who are the kids?
experience.
Do they self-select?
We do auditions. Every year this year we selected 15 and 10 will present. They'll find out who's presenting in the next couple weeks.
Why did you decide to become a teacher?
I was a terrible student.
Get out of here.
I was a terrible middle school student. I had an awful middle school experience. I just couldn't find anything that clicked. So as I got older and I began to love education, I sort of found out that a lot of it had to do with teachers, and the ones that I did meet along the way who had an impact, had a profound impact. So my grandfather was a teacher, my mother was a teacher, and at some point I realized that I think it was a little bit in my blood and just sort of destined for me to follow in their footsteps.
So for you, when you see these young people get up and do what they do under this pressure, and they have to then do it.
Yes.
I mean, they can practice, but we've also seen a lot of people practice and then, you know, you'll see it in the Super Bowl. We're taping after the Super Bowl. You see people do really well in practice, and then, you know, you see people practice, these young people practice, and what happens sometimes if they don't perform when the time comes?
Well, the whole goal is for it to be a talk. So
Yes.
we always discuss the idea of having tethers instead of a memorized
So
speech.
it's not a performance.
No.
So make it clear to people.
Yes.
Not a performance, a talk, a
talk.
conversation.
Exactly.
Which psychologically and emotionally, for those of us who are in this field, makes all the difference in the world. Explain that to folks.
Well, I think instead of the best of them are not memorized speeches.
That's right.
Many
That's
of,
the danger.
Yes.
You get stuck, you're dead.
Exactly.
Go ahead, explain it.
So many of them still will rely on that, but the best that we've seen are the ones where the kids become so familiar with the content that they give something that's unique every single time they do it. And their 99th time doing it is different than their 100th, which is different than the one they present to people. And those are the ones that are most comfortable and engaging.
It's a conversation.
It is a conversation.
It's a talk.
Exactly.
Which is by far the best way to connect and communicate.
Yes.
Well, you are really helping these young people in so many ways. It's a
trying.
powerful tool, and we wish more folks would be doing this. Randy Wallock, who's over at the Lawton C. Johnson Summit Middle School in Summit. I want to thank you for doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
When I heard they're doing TED Talks for kids, I go, no way. And now you just proved it. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back right after this. Great stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Delta Dental of New Jersey, the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, New Jersey Sharing Network, the law firm of Gibbons PC, Verizon, and by NJ Best. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.